Thank you, President. Honourable members, given that Parliament resumed this week on Valentine's Day, I feel it would be remiss of me not to share a little story about love. Valentine's Day is a day when lovers traditionally exchange gifts and loving sentiments, at times in cute little notes coyly questioning, "Will you be my Valentine?" On the first sitting day this year, Valentine's Day, the women of Western Australia were given a delightful gift in the form of yet another reminder that some in the opposition seem to have a very difficult time valuing and accepting the appointment of women to leadership. On Valentine's Day in the other place, the newly appointed Leader of the Opposition, and aptly named the Honourable Shane Love, posed his own little Valentine's Day question. He waxed poetic asking, so I might have elevated his status there. I'm feeling a bit generous today, obviously. Maybe I was being ironic. He waxed poetic asking, did the member for Bassendean demand that he be replaced by a female member as a condition of his resignation? And was this the other reason the only working farmer on the ALP benches was held back from being the next Minister for Agriculture and Food? Allow me to paraphrase his gentle Valentine's Day prose. What the Leader of the Opposition was really asking is, did the new minister only get the job because she's a woman, and with a head-scratching, knuckle-dragging subtext of women holding men back? Never mind that Minister Jarvis has been an equal partner in a farming business for more than 25 years and has an extensive and award-winning career in agribusiness. Never mind that she is best qualified to fulfil the role with extensive, relevant industry experience. Yet, even that is beside the point, because if it is experience in the relevant industry that is the Leader of the Opposition's criteria for holding a portfolio, can I remind him that he holds the shadow portfolios of transport, mines and petroleum, and climate action. But like all love stories, this is one that goes on giving, because if we're ever in doubt that the Leader of the Opposition was indeed questioning if Minister Jarvis was appointed Minister for Food, Agriculture and Forestry and Small Businesses, all industries in which he has direct on-ground and extensive experience, the Leader of the Opposition confirmed this by dropping a secondary Valentine's Day love bomb by asking a supplementary question. He said, "It is a simple question to the Premier. Did the member of Bassendean demand that he be replaced by a female member of Parliament or not?" And love bomb is indeed the appropriate term for his line of questioning, because his comments certainly bombed, as well it should in 2023. But don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the response from members of the West Australian agricultural community who responded in support of Minister Jarvis on social media. A Farmer Shire president and grain industry regional WA advocate said, "This flabbergasts me, so many words buzzing through my head and yet I'm speechless." Another farmer and board director and woman in agriculture said, "My jaw just dropped to the floor. We're all right behind you and supporting you." WA Regional Manager of New Farm and board member of the Regional Rural and Remote Women's Network said, "The Triple R Network and I support you. Keep up the amazing work. You are an inspiration." CEO of the Committee for Perth said, "Wow, unbelievable in 2023. Keep up the great work. Just reading about your support of AgTech and Evoke Ag and others, brilliant for our state and for economic diversification." A woman in the grain industry stated, "So frustrating. It continually amazes me how many men miss the nuance that for hundreds of years it is highly likely they were only appointed for the roles because they were male, not because they were the best person for the job." A planning engineer wrote, "Such a shame that women working in historically male-dominated fields still need to justify their skills, experience and capability, or face the dreaded and incorrect assumption of being a diversity hire." Shame indeed. But it wasn't only women in agriculture's voices. There were male voices added to the support of Minister Jarvis too. A CEO of the apprenticeship and training company said, "Sad that this is even a discussion point in 2023. A managing director of a consulting and workforce group said of member Shane Love, "I think he may have kicked an own goal there." A chair of a foundation said, "I don't know whether to be angry or just sad. You," he says of Minister Jarvis, "probably have the most impressive CV in agribusiness that I've seen for a Minister for Agriculture in living memory." But I'm pleased to report that help is at hand for the lovelorn leader of the opposition. The group CEOs for Gender Equity Inc. have delivered a very generous Valentine's gift of their own by way of an offer to the Leader of Opposition. They have publicly said they're happy to share some insights on the moral, social and business case for gender equity with the Leader of the Opposition, Shane Love. And I suggest that the Leader of the Opposition take them up on that offer because his arrogance and entitlement, the arrogance and entitlement lurking beneath his line of questioning is gobsmacking. And while he's at it, I suggest the Leader of the Opposition make a formal apology to our two new ministers for the suggestion they've only been elevated to Cabinet because they are women. And if you can't do that, maybe you should give the people of WA the greatest gift of all and step aside and let the member for VAS take the helm, because at least she knows what century it is.
Yeah, yeah.